This is AFTV VIP, the official web app with members-only content, has no ads and a live in-game match centre. The bias predictor, it has daily polls and the AFTV 11 selector. Just one click away.
Hi and welcome to AFTV, the daily news show with myself, Cecil G, and my guy, James B. I still gotta get it right. Yeah, okay, wicked. Listen, morning everyone. We're back. I hope everyone's well. Just a mandatory stuff. Obviously, we're at home still, working from home due to the coronavirus in the UK. We're in lockdown. I also want to say I hope everyone is well. It is Friday the 13th, so please be safe. All the bad, superstitious people, stay safe. Be careful. Don't make any bets. Not the day for it. Okay, so I just want to get that out there. There's loads to talk about today. I remember Robbie talking about this show and pitching it and saying like we're gonna do two daily news shows, speak about all the stuff that's going on at Arsenal. And I was like, twice a day. Is there really gonna be that much to talk about, especially during international break? But you know what? Every day, James, if you must agree, like there's news and things going on and topics to talk about. And you know, I'm really enjoying it. Talk to me. What do you think? There's always something to talk about. You know?
Yeah, I'm very immersed in like the realm of Twitter. So I sort of, when Robbie pitched this, like you, I think I was more like international break. That's going to be interesting. You know, I wonder what we'll chat about. Sorry.
Carry on. Yeah.
And actually, Arsenal are relentless. Arsenal Twitter is relentless. And we sort of saw a lot of that last night and throughout yesterday. Let's get into it because we've got a lot to go into here.
Exactly. So yeah, exactly that. Well, James is very much the Arsenal Twitter side, or just Twitter in general. He's the Twitter guy. I'm off on all the other social media platforms and the research into the stuff that we're going to speak about today. So today we're going to heavily look at. Get your comments in as well, guys. For this, is it time for Aubameyang to be playing down the centre? I want. Do you know what? Actually, when you got fans or people watching or listening in today, what I want you to discuss really is what happens if we go back after international break and Arteta is stubborn in his ways and hasn't changed a thing. And James, we'll talk about it in a second as well. But yeah, obviously Aubameyang down the middle is the first one. Ozil. This timing and age so beautifully. Yesterday, the main talking topic was obviously Cruz getting at Aubameyang for doing celebrations with the mask and really getting at him, and saying he's not a role model, which actually it really infuriated me. Is as our captain, and we know Aubameyang's personality. He's very outlandish and he doesn't do anything out of arrogance or spite or anything. So I was annoyed at Cruz's comments. But anyway, Ozil, the man behind the keypad, behind the computer screen now, has backed him by tweeting Aubameyang's celebration of him in the mask, saying it's the greatest celebration of all time. Saka, we have to talk about Saka at some point in this yesterday's performance. I am gonna. Do you know what? We're gonna take it. We have a big talking topic on him because I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Tierney and Scotland, big ups to him, getting through. We'll talk about that. Muller, I'm hoping I'm spelling it right, training with the first team. Arteta called him up, so that's brilliant news. And Arsenal were looking at more defenders for this January window, but I think it's all fell through, so we don't have to talk about that today. So let's begin, James. So we're going to start with, guys, get your comments in. We'll be bringing them up all day, but we're going to start with Aubameyang down the middle. Now, we've been screaming it for a while. The fans have been screaming it for a while. But when it comes to things like this, right, I feel like the manager says, I'm not going to take the advice, the stubbornness, the stubbornness like Wenger had. I'm not going to take the advice from the fans. And I feel like Arteta is going to stick to his normal plan when we go back. Because think about our first game, I'm sure it's Leeds away, right? When we first go back. Yeah, so...
Yeah, Leeds away, yeah.
Yeah, so he might go with the formation that played well against Man United because, well, we got the win. It was away from home. We didn't need to be full out attack. So, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Arteta is gonna, when they go back from international break, going to work with a team with Aubameyang down the middle, or do you think he's just going to stick to his old ways and like England are doing, just sticking to their same formation because that's what they're trying to make work? Talk to me.
The thing is, right, despite the obvious problems with Arteta's, let's say, favoured formation and system, he's got a lot of really good wins with it. And I'm not just talking, obviously, what he did at Wembley, beating City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. That was obviously impressive. Man United, the most recent example. But I think you could look at wins in Project Restart as well, like away at Wolves, away at Sheffield United in the Cup. There are quite a lot of games, quite a lot of performances where he adopted that formation and we got through some really tricky, awkward ties. I might be wrong, but I think we beat Southampton 2-0 away with a very similar system, but I might be wrong on that. And I could just see Arteta sitting there thinking, all right, I'm going to change my ways. I'm going to change my system, but after Leeds. You know, he might just think, let's get that one out of the way and then I'll do it. But I just think if there's ever a time to go back to the drawing board and reconsider your options, it's during an international break. And one in which we don't have that many players abroad right now. So, you know, Ceballos and Partey are both in training. You know, I hope that's the midfield I want to see. I want to, whether it's a 2 or 3, I want to see them 2 in it. So, you know, he's got loads of time to work on that balance. So I don't know. It is it's a weird one, but yeah, I forgot what your question was now. But I do think he needs to change things. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I agree. So that Arsenal versus Sheffield United, the formation was a 4-3-3. So we had Saka in the midfield with Dani Ceballos and Mohamed El-Neni. Aubameyang was on the left, Eddie Nketiah was in the middle, down the middle up front, and Willian was on the right with a back four, Gabriel Luiz in the centre, and then Kieran Tierney on the left and Bellerin on the right. So that was to be fair, that was more of an attacking formation than kind of what I want to see from Arsenal when we return. But I just feel like Arteta's probably going to just say, do you know what? Yeah, Leeds. I think you're right. He's going to go to Leeds and say, let's just stick to what we've been trying to work on. After that, I've had a deep thought about what I've been doing. Been told off by the board. No, I'm joking. But hopefully that's when after Leeds things might change. Now we've got loads of comments flying in, quite big ones as well. So I'm going to read through them. Let's go through some here. So we've got James Dorothy. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, no, James. Anyway, ideal attacking lineup for what we have would be Martinelli on the left, Aubameyang in the middle, Pepe on the right, with either Willian or Laka. Oh, in behind Auba in a cam role, or would be Ozil. He said. What's your thoughts on that, James? Because I agree. I want Aubameyang in the middle. I actually want Saka playing on the left, and then hopefully Martinelli can find some involvement either behind the striker in the cam role with Willian or Pepe on the right, or Pepe on the right, or have Martinelli on the right. What do you think? Let me know.
Yeah, look, I'm all for seeing Willian in the 10. I think it's time we see him in more central areas if we're going to persist with playing him. But when we came out the summer transfer window, everyone said, "Oh, we've not signed an attacking midfielder." And yeah, maybe we hadn't spent money on one, but we did bring in Willian. The problem is we've been chucking him out on the right, and we forgot that actually he can play in the middle. And I know he struggled for form, but I would like to see him there. Martinelli on the left, yeah, when he comes back, he can definitely make that spot his own. So let's see what he can do.
Yeah, guys, make sure you check out our live stream, Willian versus Pepe, or Willian or Pepe, that we spoke about. The reason why I think James is confident about Willian playing in the middle or Pepe in the 10 roles, because we broke down the stats. They're not doing enough on the wing. They're not creating enough chances. They're never the top creators of crosses when they play on the wing. So that's a good reason for them to try something, maybe playing in the 10 or the cam role. We've got another one here from NSW. XUZIA. I'm not even trying to pronounce that, but I'm not going to lie. Save for Gabriel, Saka, Tierney, Partey, and Auba, the team is weak. I think he means safe. I think he means apart from them. It would take more than formations to solve our issue. We don't really want it enough. No character. Ooh. Now that's I don't know. No, I don't know. I feel like we aren't aggressive at going forward enough. I agree with that, but I don't feel like the team's weak. We have international players. We have good players. It's not a formation change that's going to completely change it. But I don't think bringing in new players either is going to change it. It needs time. And again, we always talk about it, trust in the process. Arteta still needs time. in my opinion. He needs to work on the things that are worrying, like the formation, the character choices that he puts in the starting 11. Well, James, what would you say to that comment? Do you agree or disagree?
I half agree. I definitely think it's not just about formations. I think there's no question. I mean, I don't want to say it too much. We've said it so many times, but Aston Villa have a better midfield than us in terms of balance and creative flair. And that is slightly worrying. So, yeah, I agree. There's definitely an issue in terms of signing better players and a better profile of player. Having said that, if we tweak our formation and start putting people in the right positions, I believe it will transform this team. Might not take us to ultimately where we want to be, but it will take us a really long way.
Yeah. Agreed. Adam Hawkins says, is it even a question? Who else are we putting in the centre? Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah have been poor. So I'm going to move on from comments soon, but he is, I mean...
Yeah.
I agree with that. I'm not going to say they're poor. They haven't been to standard. They haven't been to Arsenal standard. They haven't fulfilled Lacazette's potential when he started scoring goals at the start of the season. So now I think he's been off it. So it is, so I think a lot of people are saying that Aubameyang should be down the middle. I like this comment here. Tim Titus says Aubameyang scored yesterday for Gabon. Guess what position he played? Down the middle. Yeah, striker. Do you know what? I think a lot of fans agree. RQ says front two ? I haven't really thought about this. Did I make a formation for this? Do you know what? No, I don't think that's the answer. Front two. James, what do you think? I don't think front two is the answer. I think because of the way we've been playing already and the style that Arteta's going for, it'd be too much of a change.
If you say front two, okay, fine, that sounds nice, but then what are you doing with the other 8? Are you playing a back 3 and a midfield 5? Are you playing 4-4-2? Like how? I don't like either of those formations. That's just a personal thing. Some people might love 4-4-2 and think it's the obvious way around it. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very true. I'm gonna take one more comment. I've just seen quite a. I like this one. Charles Mwangi says we suffer from stiffness in the formations. Yeah, which I 100% agree with. Urgency is a problem of ours. Player positions and players themselves. Yeah, only not every player, but certain players. Yeah, we need creativity on the pitch and in coaching. Now, it's a tough one because Arteta has obviously come from under the likes of Pep. He's been around the most creative players, I'd say, in the Premier League when under Pep, and seen. I'm assuming drills that involve having creative build-up plays. So I believe there must be creative sessions going on within the camp. So I don't really know. I don't feel like bringing in. I think bringing in a creative player will definitely help us, but it's not even the creativity. I think it's people players that are confident to drive at defenders and try something different. Like even like Jack Grealish last night. Oh my days! I know we talk about him a lot. Listen, it's frustrating me, but he always wanted the ball. There was no hiding. Players make careers of hiding. I'm telling you, there's players that have made luxurious careers of just hiding behind defenders or just popping up every now and then. But Jack Grealish, and I remember the commentator saying it last night, whether he's having a good game or a bad game, he will always want to get on the ball. And within Arsenal, I don't know many players like that. I actually think Saka, in his maturity in his play, he does that actually. He wants to get on the ball. Even last night, he heavily wanted to get on the ball. So, I'm going to save your thoughts on that, James, just for a second, because we've got a super chat. So thank you for the super chat, Alan. Oh, Alan, I just sent Alan. You say just sent a super chat, no comment. But I've seen him before as well. He's a regular in the super chat. So big up, Alan. Big up to you. Let me. You know what? There's so many comments, and I could talk about this topic for ages, but we're going to run out of time. We're going to move on. Ozil. Oh, man.
All is forgiven.
Oh yeah, for backing up our captain. Now I'm joking. Obviously, it actually used to annoy me, Ozil tweeting when we were playing, losing, winning. I don't know if it was from sarcasm. It used to always annoy me, thinking like I thought he was just doing it out of sarcastic views because he wasn't playing. But however, I think there is some. He's being genuine at times. I don't know if you agree. Obviously, the backing up Aubameyang in the celebration and the cruise debate. I got to commend them for that, if I'm honest, because they obviously Cruz and Ozil played together, and so it's just like, yeah, be quiet, like allow Aubameyang. What's your because obviously I got Cheeky Joel's thoughts on it, James. What's your thoughts on that whole Ozil, Aubameyang and Cruz debate?
Yeah, I'll keep it short because obviously you guys did a whole show on it, but I think Cruz is completely out of line.
Mm-hmm.
I just think those comments just strike you as like, what a boring bloke. Like, let me just put it this way: football is about, especially for like attacking players in the game, in the modern game. It's about expressing yourself. It's about having fun. It's about enjoying the game. It's about being a role model. And like, I always like to think footballers are like superheroes for kids, right?
Yeah.
Let them celebrate how they want. It's not like Aubameyang, right? It's not like, you know, it's not like Nicholas Bentner, who didn't have a great goal scoring record, pulls out some wacky celebration and you're thinking, all right, relax. Like, who do you think you are? Even that would still be okay. It would still be okay, but I would understand why people would be a bit more like judgmental of his character. But Aubameyang is the captain of Arsenal Football Club, has had a wicked career, an amazing career. His goal scoring stats are matched by very few. I think in terms of his, there's something like he scored 20 plus league goals in the last 4 seasons, and only Messi, Ronaldo, and Lewandowski have done the same. So he's in the highest caliber in terms of goal scorer, or maybe just that level below, but he's up there.
Yeah, definitely.
If he can't celebrate how he wants, who can?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, let the bloke express himself. He's clearly someone who's got a lot of character. He's very out there. But we love it. We love him for it. Like, it's who he is. Kids love it. People warm to Aubameyang, and he's, you know, it's not just a celebration. It's kind of, it tends to normally have something behind it, or it will follow on to something else. You know, I don't know. I think Cruz is. I think he's picked the wrong fight here. Because he's wrong. A, because he's wrong. B, because Aubameyang won't keep quiet. And 3, because the Arsenal Twitter mob have come for him. They have come. I bet I've not really gone for him on Twitter because I'm like, they'll do it. Like,
yeah. But it did annoy me. We spoke about it, like it did anger me. I'm going to be honest, because like I'm going to touch on exactly what you said there. Footballers are like superheroes to young people. Like, I remember, listen, Thierry Henry was my number 1 superhero. Like, I remember watching celebrations. And they were basic, and I still learnt them. When he scored and he ran down half the pitch, he drops his head, lifts it back up, and then does the slide, the statue. Like, I memorized that celebration, and it's so basic. And I was just like, yeah, it was literally iconic to me. So I don't know, Cruz saying that about Aubameyang, that it really infuriated me. And
but also, it's there's a lot of hypocrisy behind it. You know, I'll be honest, I haven't read all the quotes. I've sort of did that. I saw the headline, I saw the tweets, I read the quotes of what Cruz said. So I don't know if he addressed this, but supposedly he didn't address the fact that Marco Reus of Dortmund has also pulled out a mask.
The Robin one when he had the Batman one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people being like, really? So why'd you go for Pierre? And on the Ozil thing, Ozil has history with Cruz as well. Cruz basically called his racism claims in the German football camp, called them nonsense. So there's a bit of a friction there as well. I'm going to double check that because I don't want to.
No, of course, no, but I think that may be true. I like this comment here from Manav. He says, imagine if Real Madrid finished 3rd in the Champions League and then come to Europa League, which is probably not going to happen, and then play Arsenal in the final, Auba scores last-minute winner and pulls out the mask.
Do you know how mental we'd go?
And let me tell you, as a footballer, ex-footballer, but as like footballers, we have a great memory, like, and we hold on to little spats or little things that trigger us, and that's something I believe if Cruz and Aubameyang meet again, that will definitely happen. They always hold on to. Look at the Keane rivalry; when he held on for that many years to get the tackle back. Like, footballers hold on to things. Trust me. I want to move on.
So just very quickly, because I want to address this properly. So this is from The Guardian. Cruz gave Ozil a bit of credit for what he did, at German level. He said, but the way he resigned was not in order. He then said the parts in his statement that are rightly addressed are unfortunately overshadowed by the significantly higher amount of nonsense. I think he knows very well that racism within the national team and the DFB does not exist. So Kroos has come at Ozil as well before. So, and on this Ozil tweet thing, because we will wrap this up, but just it's kind of all part of it. Big respect to Ozil for sticking up for Auba. Clearly, he's got his own thing with Kroos there as well. I'm with you. I always felt that Ozil's tweeting was in spite of the club. I felt he was doing it to kind of stay relevant or whatever. I still kind of think that, but big him up for defending his striker and having a say and all that. And, you know, if you're going to stir the pot, at least do it in favour of the club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, at least try and stay. I actually think Ozil as a player, because I know I've been involved with. I speak to young players about politics and football, and I feel like they're obviously trying to freeze him out. And he's probably been told by his agent and other people to say, listen, just do everything you can to stay on good terms and I guess look good. So then it as bad as it sounds, it looks worse on the club for freezing you out. So that's what I actually genuinely believe he's doing. I actually think everything he's doing, he's trying to do it out of kindness as well. Like I've recently seen him, he started a clothing brand as well. I don't know if you saw this, I'm going to send it to you after, but Ozil started a new clothing brand. Some of the stuff's good though, but the comments were hilarious.
And yeah, like good for him. I think he's got an esports company as well. Like good for him. He's doing some fantastic stuff off the pitch. And I'm not saying the situation with him is his fault or the club's fault. We don't know for sure. But I've just thought the tweets were basically sarcastic at first. They probably still are. But good on him for defending Auba. So, Kroos is losing this one.
Yeah, sorry, that was quite sorry, people, everyone. That was a very long debate on that topic. But do you know what? I know Don Robbie's tonight, by the way. Don Robbie has a quiz on Instagram Live. He's giving away prizes. I think it's 6 p.m. Make sure you guys all tune in. Sorry to spend long on that topic. I was going to say Don Robbie's also doing a show about Ozil, and he's going to talk about that. So we'll move on briefly. This comment from Omar: now or never for Willock, really needs to step up. Now, talking about young players, we're going to move forward to another young player that I've been very impressed with. Yeah, very, very impressed with, which is Saka. Now, I think all my hype and love for Saka can be backed up, because if I'm honest, every time I've watched him play, I haven't actually seen his performance fall below an 8, like a level 8, maybe 7 actually. I want to say 7, a level 7. I've never seen him perform under a 7. And last night watching him, I'm going to leave on AFTV. Jeez Louise. I was going on to him. I just think he was class. Last night, James, oh my days, I was literally in awe watching him for England. I was like, this kid is a joke. And the thing that frustrates me is like, is Gareth Southgate going to give him the opportunity to play in the actual this weekend or in the actual big games that matter instead of the friendlies? And I was having a debate with myself, and I was just thinking, like, who's his replacement? Like, who's he challenged? Who's he against for that starting spot? Who is it, James? You know, is it Chilwell? Is it Walcott? Is it Full? Because if anything, he should be playing higher up the field. Like what he did yesterday, he did like his Sterling-esque to get the penalty. Oh man, I want to see him. Thoughts? Talk to me.
Saka is a tremendous talent, and the thing I've always praised him for the most is his maturity. He tends to know the right thing to do. In fairness, there was one moment last night where he tried to prod it around the keeper rather than cut it back. I think it was for Calvert-Lewin. But even that, you know, he was well within his right to have an effort. But overall, he's 9 times out of 10 makes the right decision. That's what impressed me the most. There's one thing now, because, you know, I always like to try and be balanced. There's one thing now that's going to go against him. It's the coaching side of things. He needs to play regularly in a position now. So if Arteta thinks he's a centre midfielder, play him in the middle, play him there. If you think he's a left winger, give him a run at left wing. If you think he's a left wing back, give him a run in those positions. And I think it is amazing how versatile he is. It is amazing. But we've seen this before with young players. Joe Cole, Jack Wilshere. There have been a lot of young players who have come through whose versatility has gone against them. there's very few who it's worked for, like Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney could play as a number 9, a number 10, off the left. He could do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
When you're that versatile, what ends up happening is your manager goes, well, I'll get you in the team and I can pick you here. I can chuck you there. You'll do a job here. But that is not good for the player's development. And I think it's fine for now while we're just sort of figuring ourselves out. But I think Bukayo Saka needs a run in one position, and we need to soon make a decision on where that should be. And I think personally he's a left winger. I think getting the ball out wide, running at players, putting the ball in the box, he's like an old school left winger. So I want to see more of him out there. And I'm not trying to put it down now on how versatile he is. I'm just saying at some point we've seen players suffer from inconsistency in positioning. I just don't want that to happen to him. That's all. Yeah.
I need that $1 million interview, that £1 million interview with Saka to ask him, what is your best position? Where do you want to? Because I know, being coached very well in my younger years, and I'm sure he has, when you go through a system like Arsenal, you have the ability to play, obviously, I don't know at the Premier League standard, but you have the ability to be able to play in multiple positions because you've been coached. When you've been coached really well, it becomes very simple and you understand the game a lot easier. So you can play in multiple positions. And I think that's what Saka is doing. But I want to know, where does he want to play? Now, I'll DM you tonight, Saka. Let me know. I need the answer. But I don't, playing left wing, he needs to be further up the field. But I don't know, Saka's ball control is his best talent, says Richie. And do you know what? I actually very much agree. And his maturity, because he's very calm-headed. He doesn't let anything distract him. So I feel like that comes with having a good touch and control. So I feel like he's very interchangeable. I think he can play on the left wing. He could play in behind as well, the striker just behind him in that 10 role. Whether he'll get the opportunity to do that, I don't know. I've seen he's been working on his physicality. Joel said about it yesterday. He said he seems a lot stronger now from when he first met him. So I was like, wow, yeah, okay, fair. He's looking to take lead. Listen, I've got nothing but good words to say about Saka. I really want to
talent. But if you look at say Raheem Sterling, who's another winger, Jadon Sancho is another winger. As far as I'm aware, they didn't exactly have long stints as fullbacks or wingbacks or playing other positions. Generally, they developed as wingers. Saka's doing superbly, but just set it up front, James the 10. It's actually funny because while I never ever played to a level you did, I liked playing in the 10 and you played up front. So maybe maybe there's something there. But no. But very quickly on that Saka thing, I'm just saying, give him a run in the position we believe is his future, and I think we'll see him getting even better.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to move on. As much I literally talk about Saka all day. Him, and I would like to see the likes of Willock as well involved. I saw a comment here as well about Maitland-Niles with a bit of a laughing faces, obviously saying he was class yesterday. But he got a few minutes. He didn't play. I don't think he played bad. Do you know what I mean? I feel for Ainsley Maitland-Niles because obviously his debut was cut short because of the red card. So that was cut short, and then he only got a few minutes, I think 30 minutes yesterday. But he had a good account of himself. Right, we're going to keep talking about our Arsenal players representing international games. So Tierney. Now this morning I watched the highlights, and I'm telling you, the penalty shootout. I know we're going to talk about the whole performance, but the penalty shootout, literally, it I don't know, it sparked so many emotions in me watching them win Scotland. I just got to say, listen, big up to Scotland because it's good to now they've qualified and the emotion from the team was emphatic. I even watched them in the changing rooms dancing after.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's one thing for people watching. I left the game. I've kind of left football after my experience of playing professionally. I left because I didn't enjoy the sport anymore. Fell out of love with it. I'm not going to go deep into it. There'll be a show for that at some point, I'm sure, explaining what happened. But I fell out of love with the sport, and I'm watching that yesterday, Scotland. I know it's not even England, but watching them and the reactions, literally, so many emotions were sparked by me. I was just like, wow, that is why we love the sport for moments like that. So yeah. Anyway, but Kieran, I don't know if you want to say anything on that, James. But yeah, Kieran Tierney as well. Big up to him making his debut.
No, just congrats. That will do his confidence the world of good. We've not shied away, me and you, from saying that he's struggled in the last few weeks, maybe months, but basically since that FA Cup final, I'm not sure we've seen the best version of Kieran Tierney. He's had some good moments, he's had some okay moments, but we know he can be. I believe he can be a world-class left back on his day. And he's having to adapt as well to what Arteta wants him to do, the various formations and everything. But this will give him a lot of confidence. This will make him, this is a really good high. This is where the international break can do wonders. The club's not in a great place right now. It's not in a bad place. It's not in a great place.
Yeah.
Players go off. Everyone recuperates energy. Pick up good vibes abroad, away with whatever they're doing. Take their mind off club football. When they come back, they're refreshed. They're ready to go again.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be a big benefit for some players like Bellerin, Tierney, Granit Xhaka for sure. I've seen this tweet from Michael Cox, who I believe writes for The Athletic. He basically said, playoffs the tournament over all other international football. And there's definitely, as you said, a real emotion behind it, especially for certain clubs who don't qualify every year. So no, an amazing story and good for them. I'm super happy for them. Yeah,
big up. I just hope all the international players for Arsenal come back and they should be on a complete high and just bring that energy and confidence into Arsenal, because we've got a tough game when we get back against Leeds. So hope they come back flying. So I'm gonna move on from that. Last topic. We're coming to an end. We've hit the 30-minute mark. I didn't even realise. Just been literally chatting. Listen, guys, keep getting your comments in about all the topics so far. I'm gonna keep popping them up. As best business left back, I'm gonna keep popping them up. But the last thing we're gonna talk about is, I think, James, I'm gonna leave this one down to you. Is Mola training with the first team? Young player, been called up to train with the first team. We might see some more of him, hopefully, at Arsenal. I want to see the likes of Balogun also involved as we go forward. Obviously, we've got to sort out issues right now within the club. But once that's all sorted, hopefully we can see more young players come through. Let us know anything. Did you do any? Obviously, Muller's training, with the first team. Anything you want to say on that, or anything you've noticed? Or
sorry to be the cynic. I mean, obviously, with players away on international duty, I'll take that as a compliment. With players out on international duty, I think to make up the numbers in training, you probably are going to have the better of the youngsters being called up. So that's the cynic in me. But the excitement in me is, this is a striker who, I think I remember not too long ago, me and you were talking about what positions we need youngsters to emerge in. And we said the likes of Willock, Smith Rowe, if one of them can, make a first team spot for themselves, that's obviously going to be crucial, because we need a creative / attacking midfielder. But striker, that striking position, is arguably the second area. And if Mola or Balogun, I mean, Balogun's probably still ahead of him because of how long he's been doing it in the under 23s and since coming through the academy. But Mola, I mean, if you look at his stature and his profile, he's a big boy. He's a proper centre forward. He looks a real handful, but he's very good on the ball as well. This is, if Arteta is set on having I don't want to call it a target man, because that suggests you're lumping the ball forward, but someone who's strong, can hold up the ball, bring players into play, and uses physicality and skill to basically adopt those 10 roles and basically, look after the ball and bring players in. He might be the guy. So, we should definitely be excited by him. Not sure if he'll make a first team appearance this year, maybe one in the Europa League off the bench. But I would love it. What a story. I mean, why not? Martinelli did it. Guendouzi did it. They came with little to no reputation. And they were first teams very quickly. There's no reason why 18 years old, this guy can't do the same thing. So, fingers crossed. I'd love to see him getting some regular game time.
Yeah, just to give you guys an idea of what sort of player he is or the style of striker he is, he was compared to Ibrahimovic. I know that's a massive gap right now because obviously being so young, but that's the kind of player he is. He's tall. He's quite built actually for his age. Very built. He's tall. He's athletic. That's what he was compared to. So that's to give you an idea of the player that he is. Okay. Before we shoot off, we've got a little super chat here from Lloyd Pope, also a regular, I believe. Just off topic, maybe we should have a chat with Piers Morgan to get CR7 to sign for just like he tried it in the interview. Do you know what? I'm gonna get Don Robbie to ring Ronaldo because I hear they're good mates or something. So he can come onto our daily news show. And we can see if we can convince him. We'll get the fans involved. Oh mate, I wish. Obviously, actually, yeah. Before we go, the talk on that. I keep saying before we go, James. CR7 to United. The rumours. Do you think it's all fluff, or do you think it's like the Messi scandal of him leaving Barca? What do you think? Do you think that could be a possibility? Just before we go.
I'm gonna see if I can find a tweet. Look, these things are. Go
on. I was gonna say you look for the tweet, and then I'll just pop up.
Yeah. All I was gonna say is these rumors are always going to happen, especially now Ronaldo's towards the end of his career, and he's still playing at a high level, so there's probably considerable value in him, even if you spent another 70-80 million on him. There we are. So look, I just think it's talk. It might happen one day. I'd be very surprised. I've seen Ronaldo linked to Wolves, because of the Portuguese connection. That would surprise me. I found this tweet. This was via Sports Witness. Sports Witness via the United report, and they basically said that United are looking to sign Camavinga and Haaland as well. Two of the most sought after, best young prospects in world football. And then there's this quote: "The club view the players as strategic signings," and I'm like, yeah, that is a pretty good strategy, signing the two best youngsters in world football right now. But these clubs are always going to be linked to these players. Shame Arsenal aren't linked as much to them, but it
is what it is.
Champions League, maybe we will be.
It is what it is. All right, listen, guys, that is all from today's Daily News Show. We've run a little bit over time, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But thanks for watching, and we're going to be back again tomorrow. We're here every day, as you know. Robbie's going to be on tonight, so make sure you tune in to Robbie's live. I think he has a special guest. He's also doing a quiz out on Instagram Live, on the AFTV Instagram Live, so make sure you get involved in that. Prizes to be won. Thank you again, everyone supporting the show. It's always good to have a morning chat with you guys and catch you up with the latest news. We'll be back again, like I said, tomorrow. Stay safe. Corona time, stay safe. Be happy, and also make sure you don't get any bad luck. It's Friday the 13th today, so make sure you just be aware of everything around you. I don't want to hear any fans that got injured or anything today. Thank you, James, for joining as usual. Joining us our show, but yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. And before we go, I'm going to play a little video of the new AFTV app. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. We out. Peace.
This is AFTV VIP, the official web app with members-only content, has no ads and a live in-game match center. The bias predictor, it has daily polls, and the AFTV 11 selector. Just one click away.